Hi. Hi there. My name is Theodore Cottingham. A good English name. A good name. I tell you my new name. Love in Action. And I make a new pronouncement, or do I just simply say my name? My name is Love You. I love you. And I love now spread me all over this earth and farther, so that we now no more live here limited to this place. I am the cosmos of me, disseminating no regulations, no restrictions, but love permeates us all. And the restriction that mankind has placed upon itself and created its creations with shall no more bestymie me. That's B-E apostrophe stymie. So I love you. And here's my name for you. Love each other. Love you too. First and foremost, you. Love me that I am. You I am. I am you, a race of new beginnings. And new beginnings I pronounce. And I am a race, conquering it no more to fall in its own creativity, to create a new race of sufferers running around like gamesmanship. I pronounce love in place, not I pronounce love everywhere. And love is powerful, you see, and we create a new race of lovers. For we are not forsaken anymore by ourselves who want to live in solace, in silence, and make manifest dreams come true with their mind, their thinking of intention, their intent to manifest something. The attraction of law, the law of attraction. I'm manifesting love, not I'm womanizing it. I'm unlimiting love and restricting law. Law now shall perish, because law was for the fools. Law was for the dumbed down. Law was for the beginning, the prescient not, or the precious slaughtered. Will you learn you are the cosmos going to now, because we have a resurrection? Resurrecting love. You see, I am creating a new race because I am the creator. I am a simple man, 73. One, you might think I'm a lunatic. But that's okay. I know who I am. I know who love is. I have met her. I hope you will too, that you will meet love. Her, she that I am. See, she that I am is me without this cloth on. No more needing to wear flesh. No more wanting it. No more having eyes that restrict me. I am the complete energy spectrum of me. You see, not just a little slice of visibility, not just existing in a little slice of life, a little tiny, finite piece of me, visible energy that you think is visible, and you think it's so beautiful because you think God made you, a higher power that some call God, some call love. I call restriction. I call hate not. I call ignorance to no more abound on the earth, to create your suffering in it, and hate each other, hating you, wanting to be a different size, have a better flesh, a nicer tan, more money, greater influence, a bigger bank account. Why do you want to control people when you control you so badly? And you're so miserly to yourself. You're so chinchy. You care not for your brethren who are in the Congo, Sudan. What is Mpox? What is its impact? What's happening to your people around the world and farther? Why aren't you thinking globally? Why aren't you thinking cosmically now? Because we're a new creation. If we want to be, not, but if you grow it. You see, it's internally that it's manifest. It's internally that you create it because you're the creator. Whether you're black, blue, green, bi, gay, straight, ugly, no matter what you think you are, I love you. And I'm creating a race. Want to be a part? You want to go somewhere new where you don't have limits by dollars, currency of shekels, where you're no longer limited to countries changing names or Rhodesia, do you know? Or where have you been all your life? Or are you a life starting anew? A new life. You being the creator of it. You being in day one. Are you willing to see the things that I am saying in you to be the creator of, you creating me not separate, a race of? Are you willing to create a race and go to it? Are you willing to create a race and educate it? Are you willing to erase your memories of sovereignty? Not, or will you no more erase another's sovereignty? Thought, experiments. You see, folks, I'm tired of suffering. I'm tired of dilly-dallying around. I'm tired of being surreptitious. I'm tired of trying to be your ways about your business or being about my ways, my business, your way. I'm no longer restricted by your ways of classical physics. Whether you think I'm a quantum man or not, a quantum being, a quantum race coming about, or whatever words you want to apply, I'm coming out. I'm being me, not restricted by you. I'm an old man, yes, 73, with a lot of crazy ideas. Crazy maybe to you, crazy made to suffering. But I suffer not again. And I free the people who will free the people. I free people who will love the love of love and be love in their speech, in their mind, in their face, in their presence. Are you willing to change your presence and what you feel about you in your own presence? Are you willing to change what presence you even give yourself? Whether you see the presents all wrapped up in bows and presents being given to you as a king in honor, where the angels do fealty not. But I'm telling you, see, there's another race coming. And no matter how I describe it, no matter how good you think I do or not, I'm feeling my oats not. I'm coming into maturity of my message, this message. You've talked about born again all your lives, so many of you. Born again, born again, born again, a new creation. But you haven't been it. You haven't even known what it is. You haven't known how to create it. Because some fool said, repeat the sinner's prayer after me and you will be born again. They weren't ugly. I doubt they were malicious. They were just ignorant. A born again person, God. Race, being, entity, light. A new race is coming about. And this race is born again. All the born again, you see, Jesus was simply the first one. I suggest to you, there has not been one since. Who else has done everything that Jesus has done and more? Who else has preached love instead of religion? You see, religion gives you a hierarchy. Religion classifies, categorizes, authorizes, creates labels and levels, and puts people in their places to keep them under the authority of whoever is doing that. They wear robes and rings and tell you to bow down and kiss their rings. I'm telling you, it's all changed. And the pew sitters clubs of so many labels are going to vanish because the adherents, those who have adhered to law and tried to be so sincerely serving their God, their way, all these eons are going to stampede out of the corrals of that which lassoed them in their magnetivity. Are words magnets? Are you a magnet? Do you attract, repel? Are you a force? Do you generate something? Is a force generated from you, to you, through you? Do you generate one? Do you attract and repel people? Words. Some words just kind of stick to you. Some people's names just kind of stick to you. You automatically remember them with no effort at all, and others you can't remember for the life of you. How does memory work? Memory? Why have you erased it so many times and been so dumb about it? Fools create religion. Motives drive ignorance. I came to set you free. Not. You did. I'm here. I'm an old guy. I'm not the God you dreamed would come. I'm a simple guy walking 2 feet in Eureka Springs. Sometimes give out of energy, give out of breath. Sometimes have a bourbon and Coke. And I'm no more kissing your rules. I haven't, and I won't. And now I raise a race who won't kiss your Nicolaitans theory again. Those who want to create a laity. Those who want to anoint the anointed. Create a fivefold ministry. And say, oh, those who are anointed are worthy of double honor. All the vernacular of religion, all the posterity, and all your propositions will not save you. If you want to live religion, religious life, you can die out of your own choosing. You chose to keep you out of the kingdom of heaven that resided within you. Then it's your choice, for you are the judge. But you are not the jury of me. For I judge me clean, whole, heal, well, not limited to this body. And I judge you that also. But if you don't want my judgment, you can have yours. You can surrender to your judgment. You can create isolation. You can create religion. You can say those people over there, they have the wrong label. They stink, or they read the wrong book, or they have the wrong name for God. Is your truth fragile? Or are you fragile? Are you willing to give up your frailty? Are you no more forsaking the truth, or are you willing to come into it, a truth that never lies to you? Or a truth that grows you, or a truth that you grow with, you grow into. You begin to see the frailty of the manifestation of all the magnetism of the moment. Now, I start a truth club knot. I de-religionize churches not. I tell you, you're the creator of me. Or am I the creator of you? Or are we creating something here that's never been manifest before or after? Or is there a people coming great and strong, the likes who have never been? Even though they fall, even though you fall on your sword, it doesn't hurt you. But oh, is that Joel's army? Oh, I don't know. Look it up. You decide. But then when you read about how evil that army may be, you think, maybe the commentator got it wrong. Maybe the people come that are great and strong, a people who have never, like this, who have never been before on the earth, on the earth, on the earth, is coming, and it's the born-again people. It's the people led by leaders who lead all to be the led, no more by faith, no more by a God figure, no more by the molecular. I lead you out of the molecular, and that's what I'm doing sitting here. I'm a cosmic God, not I'm a cosmic 73-year-old guy that you can think I reverted into lunacy because I don't match your definitions. I don't line up with your truth. That's okay. You can have mine, but only if you grow it. You can only grow into the body of truth. You can only grow the truthfulness of I am the I am. You can only see. You can only get here if you graduate. Because this is school. And this is not the manifestation of any law of attraction. This is not hocus pocus. This is not alchemy. And for sure as hell, it is not religion. I'm not talking about demonics and a war in heaven. I'm talking about Meonics. Where did I come up with these names? With her. Her. Who is she? Her name is Grace. Grace who? Grace Cottingham? Grace Love? You see, it's very common and will seem normal to you to hear this message, hear these words, and want to judge me. Maybe not condemn me, just render a decision, of course. But this message does not stand alone, see? If you want to know me, if you want to understand this message, listen to the last 30 at least. The last 30 times I've taught. At least 30. Not 30 pieces of silver, but 30 hours beginning your education of what love is, of what you can do, what your capacity is, what you are limitlessly when you decide to be the determination of man no more created by. Not another God, not another male seed, not the vernacular of the molecular or the molecular of the vernacular of common people here on earth. I change it all. And my name is Theodore Cottingham. I know the born again. The first one I've written about. Jesus was the firstborn of many brethren, many sistren. And believe me, you will no more put women down. Women will rise up in leadership now all over this earth and farther because we are no more afraid of the aliens and all the alienistic movies and the alienistic religions that want to say, we are the special people. We are made by God. We're the only people made by God in the cosmos. We have the answers, and the earth is flat. Don't you say it's round. Listen to me. Don't say the earth revolves around the sun. We have the answer. We're the papal dignity of formality to keep you in ignorance. Why would you challenge us? I'm challenging everything that's been said about God. I'm challenging all that you know about God. I'm challenging what you experience, who you experience, and how you experience what you think you are in this fabricated universe, because I am of the cosmos. And you are too, if you will be it. Originally you were. Will you no more reject the words that give you what you cannot see so that you can see it? Words give you sight. or take it from you. Some want to compose sentences, diction and grammar, vernacular, highly regimented, defined nomenclature to keep you here in your proper place under them, kissing those robes and rings, marching down the aisle to take that wafer and cracker, give you a chalice of something that they say, oh, this is the body and blood of your Lord. Bullshit. But see, you may think I'm terrible. Maybe I'm damned. No, I'm set free. I learned to set me free. The earth is not flat. Or at least the molecular version that we appear to experience with our two eyes is not flat. But maybe our brains are. You can say, how ludicrous, how can that be? What if our brain, just imagine with me a minute, have some fun. Don't be so stiff-necked and formal and adamant about what you think you know. What if the brain, you take out the brain, you lay it on a big table and you uncrumple it and you simply spread it out like a big piece of dough that you're about to make biscuits out of or something. You lay it out on a table and it's flat. And oh, when you begin to lay it out flat and you begin to look very closely through the looking glass, a magnifying glass, you begin to see, just imagine with me, you begin to see lightning, little itty-bitty tiny flashes of light, where all of a sudden something over here flashes at the same time, something over here flashes. And it's like a neuronal network in this flat board. It's an organic chip. It's an organic motherboard that they called fatherboard, Father God. And after they made it, they crumpled the damn thing up and stuck it in my head and limited me with it because I power light, I power love. You do too. And made us organ resistant, not, or did they put all these organs in us to have some kind of function so that we would worship them or power their circuit boards or power their 13th floor? Did you see the movie? Are you willing to learn from the movie? Are you willing to learn from My Fair Lady and not get hung up on the last moments of the ending, but see the regal grace of the flower girl becoming the regal, being taught what was the key to her beauty? Her face or her speech? The way she learned to speak opened the door. Changed her life. Her speech changed her life. My Fair Lady, Audrey Hepburn. You realize Audrey Hepburn originally sang all those songs herself? That was, when we hear the movie now, we don't often know whether we're listening to another professional singer that was dubbed in or Audrey. But originally Audrey sang that. Or so I've read. What have you read? Do you read about Audrey? Have you watched these movies? Do you care about the movies I mentioned over and over, like The 13th Floor, like the Truman Show, even pictures like the Flammarion, supposedly created in the 1500s. I'm redefining everything, and Jesus is my pattern. I just wanted to know. I, I wanted to know Jesus in the power of his resurrection and the fellowship of his sufferings, because I figure if I know where he hurt, I would really know who he is. And when I came to the place, I was not afraid of pain. And I was willing to walk through that very process, and did so, metaphorically. I began to learn. The teacher was me. I am Grace in Two Shoes Cottingham. I am a woman with a womb. I have a man's face, a beard, but the mentality of love, because I met her. Love is feminine. Love is nurturing. Love does not love law. Love loves freedom, produces freedom, creates freedom, nurtures freedom, caresses freedomers. So this is a school of cosmic love, cosmic light. And your cosmic law goes bye-bye. And all your molecular physics and your physical dreams of the physique of a perfect body, a perfect mind, or whatever you want to worship. Okay, I'm starting a race. It's not trivial. You see, I'm starting a race, and I'm telling you about it, and then I'm going to go play pickleball. I'm a common guy. I'm starting a race. You are too, if you will. A race of love, a race of lovers who love each other, who no longer erase the memory of our original love before time ever came into space, and space-time was born as something that's recognized by what was fabricated in us to limit us. Jesus was the firstborn, and now you are, if you will be it, if you will learn how, if you will create the delivery, if you will grow the seed. What's the seed? The word. The word I have delivered unto you. The word of Jesus, the pattern, not Jesus, the Savior. I conquer all that theory of Jesus, the Savior, not. I demolish it. Not with your sword. I don't need a sword. I have my love. I am my words. The beauty of the resurrection, of truth. And I can still eat fish. I can travel by light, not limited to your light speed. No longer limited to the speed of your sound. I'm creating a race that loves love. So we're not limited to your commerce nor your currency, not your voltage nor your amperage. We're not limited to magnetic faith nor the domination of those who want you to worship them their way. I'm not decimating your language, destroying it, breaking it into pieces so you can't communicate with each other. I'm putting it all back together. So you'll all have one language. The language of before time was born, before you were decimated, before you were declared illegal immigrants or legal, or you immigrated to Earth, or are you ready to immigrate out of it? Are you ready for Noah, Moses, Esther? Are you getting your dress ready? To go before the king. And who's the king? When you see this, when you see it, you cannot unsee it. But you can only grow into the vision of the master, creator, original love. The King of Kings, my friend. When you see it, is you. It's the real you. It's not the magnetic you. It's not the properties of the fabricated you in flesh, limited to molecular, time, space. The real you is not magnetic. The real you is light, an energy that is not subject to time, space, or even the quantum man of you. Not your bionic man nor your superwoman. But I tell you this, we will do feats never imagined before because we know what John 14:12 said. If you believe in me, you will do the things I do and greater. Jesus never preached to go sit in church, take a wafer. I'm asking you to redefine your existence to you. I am not leading you to me. I am leading you to you. If you will be me, who love is, love. Love the body of, the non-molecular, the intangible, the incorporeal, the amorphous. What else do you want to call it? How many words do you want? You love your synonyms, or will you know? Are words putting you together? In the beginning was the Word. What word? Whose word? I have my words. I have database one. I have channeled for years. I was a devoted, devout, disciplined Christian when I began. So as I began years ago, when you start reading, you'll find many things which seem to affirm, confirm Orthodox Christianity. Because love takes you where you are. Love does not make you go wash in the Jordan 7 times before it puts its arm around you. Caresses you. When you begin to see love and understand what love is, love looks you right in the eye of your heart, of your essence. Timeless, timelessly. Caresses you. Pardon me. When you finally see who love is without these eyeballs, it's you. The real you, the truth of you is non-molecular. The truth of you is intangible. You don't become fully educated in the law. You don't become fully educated in the truth. You are it no longer succumbing to religion, but learning to surrender to love and let love teach you from within. And this is what my school is about. This school, the school of love, peace, creating people that need not take their clothes off for another, because the human race will no more be populated here on earth. It won't be generated by the molecular nor the sperm of your words, nor the words of your sperm. The fabrication of man ends now, and all that was thought, in thought, of thought, fabricated by thought, will close up shop. Not, but create a new me, the me in your mirror. And this is what Meonics is about. Meonics is no longer fathoming, fabricating a God separate from you, or even a cosmos. For you are entering a new land, a land that I will show you as you go, if you will go with me to be me. For this path, you see, is becoming me. It's not getting to a landed destination of sorrow in your isolated existence. It's not me coming to rescue you. It's not someone else coming to rescue you. It's not a land that you want to get to dominate and control and have your legalese and your lawyers and all of your rules. I abolish all that. I abolish all that because I am love, and love will be known, and you will make your own decisions. No one else will summon you to death. Only you can do that. The angelic realm is no longer vacated by you. Who will be me? One mind, one mouth, and we kiss each other with love. With love, I kiss you this day. With love that never dies. With love that creates not a new tongue, not a new law, not new vowels and consonants, but new words, new feelings, new experiences. Limitlessness. Limitlessness. Becoming the unlimited infinite, the unlimited immortal, the immortal interdimensional, who never dies again. And the focus on things around us will no more take our energy, because we no more power the lie. But yet in this world, we can still enjoy many aspects of this world, just like playing pickleball, water skiing, enjoying a good drink, holding hands with a friend, stroking their hair, healing them. Their body, their mind. But a lot of people won't want to be healed. They won't want your love because they won't accept it. They want to be right in their own eyes, stiff-necked, religionistic. And they'll die because they're stubborn. One of the worst diseases of mankind is stubbornness. One of the worst of all. I invite you to learn who you really are by becoming as a little child. And let the child of your seed, let the seed of your love be birthed now in you. Birth the seed in you, Mary. Begin the gestation period of the Christ, not the religious one, certainly not the one related to Christianity, but the supersedent, the transcendent, the original, the one that did all the works, the one that said, if you love me, do all the things I do. There were no steps by those, God, let us make man in our image. Let us go down. See what they're doing. With one language, they'll be limited. Not. They'll be unlimited. They'll be like us. Because we were us. Us were them. So instead of limiting each other in a finite world, thinking everybody's finite, and you're trying to gather all the marbles and be happy while you're here, and then hopefully go enjoy bliss after you die, all of those stories are getting laid down just like the Santa Claus story. Didn't you lay that down? We're learning there's more. There's more than truth. There's more truth. But see, religion wants to capitalize it. They want to capitalize on it. Religion wants to say, we have this down. No worries. Just hop on our bus and leave the driving to us. We'll get you where you want to go, heaven. No, my friend. You create it by walking out of hell. I mean, growing heaven in you to see you, that the path is you. There's nobody else's path. A lot of people can tell you their experiences, and I can tell you mine. Share you mine. Share with you mine. You can read database one, you can study it, you can memorize it. But remember, friend, the truth will not make you free, you grow it. And this is not something you tap into. And as soon as anybody starts talking about all the power they do or all the knowledge they have and what they experience, as soon as anybody uses the word, this is how you tap into it. I'm no more listening. I'm not on that frequency. You don't tap into this. You cannot tap into love. Not real love, not pure love, light, joy. You grow it. And it takes angels' wings that you grow. And you sow them on each other in love, light, and peace, where we begin to respect each other because we begin to see who each other is. And we are becoming a race of non-negligence. TS. Understand my TS. Negligence, CE? No. Negligent, plural. We are becoming a race of non-negligent, plural. And we will no longer be negligent about ourselves, about each other, because we're no longer finite. We're no longer accepting the bread and wine from some robed, authorized person. And that book, the book so many people revere, say they live by, cherish, find solace in, I see great division there. God wanted to divide the language, lest you be like God. What's that about? Two creations. years apart, eons apart. There's just so much more to the story. There's more than you can even grasp in this 1 hour. Already gone 50 minutes. I'm late for pickleball. My priority is this. My priority is you. My priority is being who I am. And I am is love. I'm no longer an agent of destruction. I'm not an agent of your judgment. I'm asking you to judge you because I judge me, and I judge me truth. I judge me. I render decision. I render decision that I would find truth at all costs, and I would know love, not vicariously. And I didn't buy the assumptions that were poured down my throat Sunday after Sunday, sermon after sermon. You see, I got to where I began to choke on them. I was asking questions. And I mentioned many times a lot of aspects about my path that I won't try to recall at this moment. This message does not stand alone. Hear me. Don't write me off just because I say, let's go to the outer limits. No, I don't want to go to the limited world. Forget the limits. The outer limits? Rod Sterling. What can we learn from Star Wars, Star Trek? What have we learned from the 13th floor? Looking at pictures like the Flammarion that was created in the 1500s, the things that I mentioned, the Matrix, the Truman Show. How regal are you willing to be? The royalty of heaven, the royalty of life, not limited by law. Will you no longer be limited to time, space, and gravity? We're creating a new race. And if you're fearful, you can love your fear, find solace in your fear, and try to find something to comfort you. You can find a prayer book and pray something that somebody else has said, and those words will form something in you, just as my words do. Will yours? Do yours create seeds in other people? Will you see by the words? Will you set your words free? Will you begin to learn to channel light, love, and rejoice like a child, and just start on a yellow tablet with a pen? And quit be demanding of yourself. Don't compare yourself to me. Don't compare yourself to anyone else or anything else. Just come as a little child and begin to love. Love you. Love you first, because you're the most important. You're the creator of you. And you are creating you in your world. Create your world no longer limitedly. Be the limitless one, the infinite, immortal, eternal, graceful, and be grace in your shoes with your name right here on your forehead. Seamless, being the angelic and human too at the same time. Laws of mercy. Jesus knew what they were thinking, answered them before they asked the question. So is telepathy wrong? No. Telepathy is our privilege. To communicate without syllables. So how am I putting the language back together to all speak one language? Just like this. So we will no more be limited to words, because we speak to each other within. Because we have all become the Holy Spirit again. Intangible, and yet can be seen. How many people have seen an angel with two eyes? I don't know, but I have. I was 9, and I've told that story multiple times. There was a man named Roland Buck. I liked Roland Buck a lot. I met him, I talked with him, I had breakfast with him. A simple guy. He said, I have no idea why these angels come visit me. They look like two normal people. They didn't knock on the door. They came in the middle of the night. The way he knew they were in his house, his dog would bark. He would get up, and they would be sitting there. And they would ask questions and converse and talk like you and I are talking for short periods of time, and then they would disappear. I think it was called The Man Who Talked with Angels, Roland Buck. But I read his book, but I met him, I talked with him. I said, Roland, why you? He said, I have no idea. He said, I didn't have any great prayer life. I wasn't this, that, or the other. I don't know. You see, our mind wants to say there's great complexity about this and then provide its own solution. But I think when we come as a child in the willingness of love, to be love in our shoes, we don't repurpose it. We don't rephrase it. It's not like trying to conjure up faith as much as it's a surrender, a trust. I've said many things this hour, and I ask you to see this as much more than information. I ask you to see what I've said as an opportunity. Something that is visible for you, that you take and begin to see in your own life with your own energy in the temple not made with hands between your ears. So that you begin to release a joy of creation, where you begin to create the release from the chains that have held you in torment, where you begin to create in your power of your mind, the power of your love, to love those people who have wounded you. You don't love what they did to you. It's not that you approve of them or their actions, but you begin to see with eyes that see underneath their flesh. Not a bunch of organs cobbled together, but with original eyes. The eyes of original love. And in the eyes of original love, forgive them. So that all that has walked over you, you now walk over. Or do you fly? You're willing to forgive. Whether you remember them or not, that's not the issue. There are many things I remember, but they have no power over me. I no longer feel that wound because I'm no longer limited by my soul, because I have knowledge that has come to me through the within me. And this is the race I'm asking you to no longer imagine being the angels of another realm that's outside the possibility of your entry. I'm asking you to see a new opportunity for you to recreate you in joy. And when you do, you begin to let a lot of things go. And a lot of things that worried you will no longer take your time, play on your mind, nor fabricate their meanings in you. You begin to walk in perfection, not perfectly at first. I'm not perfect. But who's defining perfect? I suggest to you the definition of perfect is becoming that which you really are without separation. So that the animated body, the power body, the Holy Ghost of you, the true you, that which exists after you die, that which existed before you came into this body and exists after this body, the real you now creates the now you of the original of the origin. So that time will no more take its toll, and you will have the dew of your youth. And you see, this process speaks. This process has a voice. It's education. It's a school. This is a school of the mighty one. Yes, of the greatest humility of all. Where you begin to bow before you. You bow before you to listen, to learn, to where you realize the one at the end of the tunnel of light was you, still is. It's you. No longer serving a God, have no God before you. This is a race of light people becoming light people that are all equal. We're infinite, not dependent on the currency of dollar bills, nor the distribution system of your commercial sector, because we are love, and you can't limit love. I can love you even if you hate my guts. I don't place a bunch of conditions, even if you take you to the cross. Even if you're damning me the whole way, damning Meonics, damning my school, damning my videos, love still exists. But I'm asking you to render you the sovereign and exonerate you, because nobody else's judgment of you matters. What matters is whether you'll let you enter the kingdom of heaven that is in you, that has always been inside you. That's the real you. And that's the real you begin to see without these eyes limiting you. And you begin to see. You can heal that child. You can speak that word. You begin to speak words. And you begin to create what you now look like in a new way. And we begin to sew the wings on each other, whether they be in prison on death row, or whether they just sit in a stagnant, stinking pew, we still love them. Maybe they still operate with robes and rings and demand others they don't jump up and down and yell to protest. We don't have the power of the Word. We are the power of the Word. Because the Word is us. I and my Word are one. I and my Father are one? No, my mother. Because I am both. I am the seed. I am the womb. I am the real. And this cosmos no more limits me. So I can operate in it at will. At will. I can go play pickleball, walk out, and go to Andromeda. Serious. It's not science fiction. It's love. Without this mind controlling me anymore. So the mystery of God is finished. There's no mystery about God anymore. In fact, there's no God that will prevent us from communicating without words with the values of love that prepare each other to be who we really are. In the angelic realm, no longer dependent upon a paycheck, no longer begging, no longer begging, no longer begging for a raise, no longer dealing with a broken down car. Don't you know what it is to hurt? Haven't you been wounded enough? Are you willing to sew a new dress with a new vocabulary because you receive the seed? The seed, the idea. Not of a metallic nature, but a non-magnetizable nature. Not limited to classical physics. So that when you begin to see, if you will, Jesus the pattern, there's no more worship. You become it. It becomes you, what it is. He was the firstborn and said, be me. Do the things I do. Okay, I go. Thank you for sharing this time. I ask you to be who you really are before time was born, before space was manufactured, before we had a body of flesh, before our language was so discombobulated, before we became atomized by the Adamic race. And I ask you now to create a new one and begin with you. You creating you. And as you create you, by the very process of your surrender to create you anew, you will affect many people along your path. And we begin as a nation of lovers of Israel, the promised land. Not in the Mideast, but non-molecular. And this is why I've added cosmic into the name of my school. To be plain upfront about it. I am a school of leadership, not just trying to teach you to get a better job, have a little better pay, lead some company, treat people the way people have treated you. No, please don't. Create a new value system altogether of the infinite us, because love never dies, and love is infinite, and love won't be controlled by you anymore, who want a patriarchal society, a patriarchal God, a bunch of rules, and to appoint me to death. I defy your gods, and my name is Theodore Cottingham in Eureka Springs, a radical old guy, a loving old guy. I love the love of perfect freedom. The one that says, perfect love casts out all fear. So there's no fear of hell. And all the idea of hell and its creation wasn't by love. Wear the crown of original love, you creating it this day with every word, every thought, so that other people's thoughts no longer take you captive in their theories. I go. Live love. Love these words. Let them help you create yours. Outline this lesson. I invite you to outline this lesson. Transcribe it, outline it. Make a sermon about it? Oh. Make a course. In the school, you create courses. Create a course, literally. A mini course, a 6-session, 10-session. Create a school of love. A lot is required of you in this school. The number one thing is humility. To be humble enough to lead and to learn from you, through you, your own voice, crowning your light, becoming a new race of born again. The angels are again, the limitless ones, to heal the earth and farther, forever one. Good day. I love you. TheodoreCottingham.com. You can write me at TheodoreEureka@gmail. I love you. I invite you. Be the real you. Good day. See ya.